Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina at Parkway Subaru, and I'm checking out a Subaru Legacy 2017. It is the 2.5i Premium trim level, and it is a all-wheel drive vehicle. Looks good, very comfortable and roomy, so let's go ahead and check it out. So here on the side we have 17-inch alloy wheels painted silver. Now this vehicle has four-wheel disc brakes, and all four-wheel disc brakes are ventilated. So the name of this color is Tungsten Metallic, and I really like it. It's a classy color. It kind of goes good with any occasion. So here in the front, you see it has that chrome accent around the grille, and the grille is a matte silver color, and then you have the Subaru emblem there. Some black accents there at the bottom. Now you have a combination of projector and reflector halogen bulbs for your high and low beams, and it's surrounded with an LED accent as well. So this is what the key looks like. It's a pretty traditional key. Has the lock and unlock buttons on it, the ability to open the trunk, and a panic button. And you have the Subaru emblem on that side. Let's go ahead and push that panic button and see what happens. So it just beeps the horn and flashes the lights. Let's take a look on the inside. Here's the inside of the passenger door. Now it has this kind of mesh metallic accent here, all soft to the touch around your arm. And man, are these arm cushions very, very soft. I don't know if you can see that, like a pillow for your arm. Then you have the cup holders there and storage compartments. Two-tone with the beige and black. And you have some more of that mesh metallic accent there. The dash is actually soft to the touch as well. Plenty of leg room. You have the hook-in floor mats so they stay in place. A massive amount of leg room there. There's your Subaru threshold. It has a little Subaru badging there. Cloth beige seats with manually adjustments here, and they are very comfortable. It does have a little texture and pattern there in the center, kind of keep you in place. Has a very slight bolstering there, but very comfortable. You also have a lockable glove compartment with a felt lining. Here's the inside of the back door. Same styling as the front. You have the soft to the touch features. You have that mesh cup holder at the bottom as well. Plenty of legroom back here as well, because of the part of it is because the floor goes down so far, so it keeps your knees from sticking up really high if you're long-legged. You have a hump in the center, so the center passenger is going to have to straddle that, but it's not really that big of a deal. You have a little storage pocket there. Now the seats are pretty much a bench seat where you can fit 3 people. Now when you don't have a center passenger, you can always use the armrests and cup holders here, but that flips up out of the way when you're not using it. The fuel door is on the passenger side, and it's lockable, so it has the traditional cap with a little tether there and even a little place to hang it on the side. All right, let's take a look at the back of the vehicle. First thing that stands out to me anyway is the chrome exhaust tip. It's looking pretty awesome. All right, and you also have a backup camera just under here. So there's 3 ways of opening up your trunk. You can use the key, little button. There's a button next to the driver's seat that you can push, or you can use a physical key, this physical key here, and there's a keyhole under that lip that you can use. Now the most convenient way is of course just to use the key when you're outside the vehicle. So it pops open like so. You can actually see the keyhole there to the right. Okay, so here's your cargo area. Really, really impressive cargo area. It goes in there quite a ways. It goes there off to the sides as well. Now there's a net pocket in this bag right here, which you can hook onto those hooks there on the side and at the bottom. You can actually lower these seats by using these little handles here. Just pull that handle, it unlatches the seat, and then you walk around and fold it down. And it's a 60-40 split seating system to where once you fold the seats down, you can really add to your cargo space, and you can have a combination of cargo and passenger space. Okay, so under here is some more storage space. In the styrofoam container, you also have your tools up there and your jack, and under this is your spare tire. It looks like an alloy wheel spare tire as well. Let's take a look at the window sticker. Now, of course, you can use the pause button to get some more information off of it if you need it. Let's go ahead and start it up. Really like that blue background, it looks nice. So here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. You can see it hooks in the floor mat, and you have the accelerator and brake pedal. You also have this place to put your left foot, which makes seating more comfortable. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. To open the hood, there's a little latch kind of right here in the center. It's right here. You just move it to the left, and it takes almost no effort to move it to the left, and it takes almost no effort to lift the hood, and it goes all the way up by itself. So that's really, really cool. And so here's your engine compartment. You see you have the insulation all around the firewall, and there on the sides. Kind of helps with sound. You also have an insulated battery. So the engine is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder horizontally opposed 4-cylinder. So basically there's 2 cylinders on the right, 2 cylinders on the left going this way, and they're laying down and aiming away from each other. The heads there's a small head on each end. So this is what some people call a boxer engine, or a flat 4. But basically it's designed to lower the center of gravity of the vehicle. It also has the intake here on the top, where the clean air goes in the top, and the exhaust is directly out of the bottom, so it dissipates the heat underneath the vehicle, which is fantastic. Check out the oil filter. It's right there, easy to get to. Now this is mated to a CVT, a Lineartronic CVT transmission that simulates 6 gear ratios. So it does feel like it's shifting gears, but it is a CVT transmission that will give you the optimal gear ratio and RPMs on the engine as you're driving at all times. Here's the inside of the driver's side door, and it's basically just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. So you have your power window controls for all 4 windows, and the front 2 are automatic, one touch up and down. They go up and down quite fast. And your door lock controls are there, and then your side mirrors are adjusted here. You just pick a side, and then you adjust it like a little joystick. So there's your threshold. Power seat here on the driver's side, and you have a power lumbar support adjustment as well. So right in here is that trunk release I was telling you about here. Interior gauges, dimmer switch is here. Your traction control, stability control, you can turn that off. You have a trip reset button here for resetting your trip. You also have a tilt and a telescoping steering column that you can lock in place with this little lever. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look on the inside. Very comfortable seats. Very impressed with the leg room here. I can put my legs completely straight out. I have plenty of knee room here. So that's all good. So let's go ahead and start here on the steering wheel. So you have a leather wrap steering wheel with a kind of typical leather texturing here, which feels really comfortable and high quality. Good thickness of the steering wheel as well. You have the bolsters here. And you have that kind of gray metallic looking accents around the buttons in here at the bottom, stitched on the inside. You have your paddle shifters on the back side, so you can cycle through the simulated gear ratios if you want to. So here on the right side is your cruise control. You can just turn it on and off there, and you set it and cancel it. On the left side you have your volume for your radio, change through your presets, then you have a mute button. You can change the source of the audio. You have the Bluetooth audio controls here with the voice recognition, answer calls, and hang up. This button can cycle through different categories on the radio here. Then you can go back out of that using that button. So down here, there's some buttons that correspond with the screen between the gauges, which we'll get to in just a minute. Your windshield wiper controls are here. Your turn signal is here. It also has your headlight controls. You have a off down there, automatic, parking lights, and then your headlight. I like the automatic. Okay, so here's your gauges. I really love that blue background. It looks really nice. So you have your RPMs on the left, as well as your engine coolant temperature, and on the right side is your speedometer with your fuel gauge. But right here in the center, you have the screen, and you can see it has that meter at the top for your miles per gallon, as well as your digital speedometer, and then it shows your odometer at the bottom, 11 miles on the vehicle, and then the trip right above it is showing 77.3. I thought it said 73, but it's 7.3. Okay, so we can cycle through using these buttons down here to kind of get some more information. I'm just going to kind of scroll down. So that's showing the, you can go in for like a whole menu system here. We'll go into that just to show you. Yeah, we can, vehicle settings, default settings. So yeah, that's all the settings. It's like an endless splitting of settings in there. Alright, so let's scroll down. There's an empty screen. And then there's your average miles per gallon, and then how many miles you could drive before you get gas, your range. Scrolling down again. So there's your miles per gallon real time as you drive. There's your timer, and then how many miles you've driven during that timer. And then it goes back to your digital speedometer. So it kind of gives you a little bit more information there, in case you need it. You don't have to go in there if you don't want to. Okay, so here's your center stack. And starting at the top, big red button for your four-way flashers. I like the fact that that's prominent. That's good. Then your CD player is here. Traditional volume knob, tuned through the stations. That's pretty traditional. So is a CD player, by the way. For a 17 model, I'm surprised they still have it. Okay, so you have a actual touchscreen here that you can make selections. You also have some buttons here on the sides. It's a kind of quick access. So your home screen will look like this. You can go into these 5 different options here. We'll start with the audio. Your presets are here. You can change your source of the audio. AM, FM, satellite radio. You have your internet, AHA and Pandora, your CD player, your Bluetooth and USB options. You can also reorder them to the order that you want, in case you have additional options there. Let's go back home. Once you pair your phone wirelessly using the Bluetooth system, you have access to your your recent calls and phone book and all that, so you can actually call people and receive calls then. Information, this is where you can get your fuel prices, and this is pretty cool. Vehicle monitor, so we can check it out. The acceleration, vehicle mode, how much power is going to the wheels or whatever, front and back, since it's an all-wheel drive vehicle. Symmetrical all-wheel drive. And then your engine oil temperature, that's pretty neat. And then you have endless splitting of settings in here that you can go into. And then you have your apps like Subaru Starlink, and then of course your MirrorLink and AHA and Pandora. So that's kind of a quick rundown of the touchscreen there. It's pretty simple. I like the home screen. It's very, even at the corner of your eye, you can kind of tell what it is, so you can decide which one you want to go into without taking your eyes off the road much. Okay, so down here is your climate control. So you have a heated seat control, so it's a 3-stage, high, medium, and low, and off. And then there's a digital clock. It has little settings here for that. So you have your temperature for your driver and passenger separately. You can have them separate, use them as separate temperatures using this button, or you turn that off and that way they'll all be the same. Mode is where do you want the air to blow, and your fan speed, your front and rear defrosters. When you put your rear defrosters on, it will turn on the side mirror, heated side mirrors as well. Okay, so a little storage compartment, and this is where you'll find your 12-volt power supply, your USB ports, and an auxiliary input, and a little rubber floor mat there, so when you put stuff in there it doesn't really slide around much. Storage pocket there, cup holders, an electronic parking brake. Then you have a hill holder feature to where it'll keep you from rolling back when you're on a steep hill and you're sitting at a stoplight and you let go of the brake to push the accelerator. This is mostly useful with manual transmission vehicles, but you know, it still happens with an automatic as well. Keeps you from rolling back. So here's your shifter. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse so we can see what the backup camera looks like. You see it has the guidelines there, and the green, yellow, and red colors kind of clue you in on distance. And you can see from the bumper to the sky and all around, so it's really easy to see. It's a little bit distorted because it's a wide angle view lens, but it gives you the best visibility. There's neutral. There's your normal drive position. It's going to change through the gears for you, or I should say speed ratios, since it's a CVT transmission. Now you can take full control over those simulated 6-speed gear ratios by putting over here in manual mode, and you can use the paddle shifters. Okay, so here's your center armrest, and it's very comfortable, soft and comfortable, and it's big enough to share with your passenger if you choose to share. This lifts up. You have a place to put some tissues in there, a tissue box or whatever. There's a little storage compartment. There's a tray that's removable. And so in here, you have this felt-lined storage compartment so you can put a bunch of junk and clutter it up. And then you have a 12-volt power supply, so you can plug in your phone charger, and it has a place for wires to go in and out of the compartment so it doesn't pinch the wires when you close the lid. Here's your rear view mirror. It's an auto dim rear view mirror, and it's actually auto dimming now because I have the shade over the light sensor. It also has a digital compass there as well. Now the side mirrors, both side mirrors are auto dimming as well, so they're auto dimming side mirrors too. So when you're driving at night, the lights behind you don't blind you, basically, is what the idea is. Okay, so you have your place to put your sunglasses or whatever you want, your garage door opener or whatever. And then you have the your emergency button, information button, some tap lights up here. Your visor has mirrors and lights in them. And the visor also slides out. So this is slide out so you can get just the right spot. Because the sun is always trying to get around that visor, so that kind of helps out. There's your dome light that you can have on with the door, but you can turn it on, you can have it off, or you can make it to where it turns on with the door in the center position. Okay, so let's take a look at the visibility in the back. Looking pretty good. The headrests don't really get in the way. You have the plenty of glass. I mean, the pillars back there, C-pillars are not very significant, so it's not a big deal. It looks good. Alright, so there you have it. 2017 Subaru Legacy 2.5i Premium. So let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you for watching, and thank you to Parkway Subaru for allowing me to show off an awesome vehicle, and I'll see you guys next time.